Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good. Good morning, Carlos. I'm good. How are you?
Doing very good, very good. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-market show. Let's see what we got going on today. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday. Hope you're having a good morning today as well, as we get ready for our pre-market show and see what the market has for us today. Um, quite a bit of the same stocks we've been watching over and over. I know FedEx is a big one here today. Norm, you was all over that news yesterday, right? After
Yeah, I
hours.
texted you after the close last night. It was like, yep, looking forward to this tomorrow.
Yep. So FedEx is interesting, down 6.5 right now. Some good volume early on. So again, they had earnings yesterday, big drop. So we'll see what that provides for us today. Here's our watch list yesterday. We had a lot yesterday. I actually didn't keep all of these. I added some more. But again, just tons of stocks on here. We'll go through all of these really quick. We had quite a bit. These were not in our watch list. These were more stuff we're watching mid morning. But here's what my watch list here. I actually took some off from here. I don't remember which ones, but we'll go through that in a second. Let's see what the SPY is doing today. Let's see what the SPY and the markets are up to. At the moment, what's the daily chart giving us? Again, so we ended the day red yesterday. Made a new high for over the last couple of weeks, all the way up to what was this? 284, almost 285, 284 and a half. But then right back down here, opening up pretty flat today as well. Not much happening. But again, just slowly making newer highs as we every time we dig in, we go a little higher. So pretty on a nice uptrend right now, as you can see. So let's get into our top place of the days from yesterday. Let's go through this list here and see how these traded. Start over with AMD. It's funny, AMD had a huge day yesterday, just very clean. Look at this daily chart. I mean, that's a beautiful daily chart right here. Just kind of consolidating here, then a beautiful pop. And all day yesterday was just really strong. Let's look at the chart from yesterday. Seems pretty active today already, actually, now that I'm looking at it. This is so this divider here, you can add this to your chart. This is tells you when the market opens and closes. But yeah, pretty active today now that I'm looking at it. 1.7 million shares traded already. So yeah, AMD looks to be in play. Gapping up only 1.8, so it's not hitting the scanners, but it should be hitting it shortly. So here was yesterday on AMD. Let's get the 1 minute as well in here for AMD. So here we go. Again, just a beautiful trade yesterday. So nice open range breakup, very clean. Again, just nice pullback. Before the 5 minute, you get the pullback, and then just right to VWAP, and then just takes off. Does a bit of a bull flag here, consolidates, and again, just gives you another ABCD pattern after ABCD pattern all the way up to 2488. So again, just traded really clean, really nice. The 1 minute also very clean. You can see it clearly here. Pull back to the VWAP, great entry, good risk to reward, and then just continues to ride this 9 EMA all the way up to almost 2488. So just again, very clean trade yesterday, and I think it's right. It kept going. Yeah, I didn't see this part. I saw the first half. I didn't see this part until now. Look at this, all the way up to
Yeah, then
26.
I believe there was I think there was a big sell-off later in the day too. So it kind of worked both ways, if I remember correctly. I
Yeah,
didn't trade AMD, but I thought that was the case.
yeah. No, I didn't trade this one neither, but I did see the opening out because we're making comments how Andrew was trading MU, and then AMD had the great clean open, right? Great clean trade. So
We got them to switch.
yeah, exactly. So MU was a little choppy again, opened up strong, and then it just for the 30 minutes or so, just very choppy. Then it got into a nice groove here, takes off above VWAP, and then look at this pop, breaks the high of day, just continues to take off here. And the daily chart overall, again, just making newer highs on the daily chart, so it is on an uptrend on the daily chart as well. I gave some back yesterday. I gave a lot of it back actually yesterday. Yeah, gave some back throughout the day, but again, just in the morning, a beautiful open range breakup right in here. So that was a MU. DERM again, very choppy. You had to wait for this one, right? I did not have shares for short, unfortunately. I was looking at this one, but I couldn't get a move here. Nice double bottom here. If you could look at almost triple, not too clean, but it does find a bottom. If you look at the 5 minute chart, you have this bottom. It finds it here. We had this level 1225 from our last previous pre-market show, and then it just takes off nicely here, consolidates again, and then all these moving averages below here gives you a good risk to reward. And William talks about this a lot too. You got all these moving averages below here, below the price action, slowly making newer highs, right? And you got kind of like a flat top here. So squeezing into a point, and then it takes off here, breaks the high of the day, and it goes for a nice little run here. Tesla was nice too. Tesla was really good, really clean reversal here. Not easy to take because it's not a clean double bottom. It is more of a V reversal, which are very difficult to take. But my indication here to take this long would have been, you know, above the VWAP. Once it closes above the VWAP, moving averages start curling up. There's a very strong signal, breaks the high of the day, and then takes off from here. And then if you were playing the mid-morning on a slower time frame, you can see it clear double top here, right? Does not want to break that 273.50. Very clean there. You could have taken this short here with a good risk to reward, right back down to VWAP, and it does just that. So very clean reversal there. WHD, what's going on with WHD? I took this one off my list. Andrew had it on his list, but I didn't watch this one. It did a nice pop. It was very strong, actually. And I remember him mentioning that, you know, do not get fooled on this drop over here as a short. And sure enough, it wasn't a short. And he thought about getting in long here. Hopefully, some of you guys took advantage of this trade. I mean, this was a perfect entry for a long. And then it just bounces right off the moving average, breaks the high of the day, and goes higher. So again, just when the stock is so strong like this, you know, you can, that's why I like double tops, right? They're cleaner, because this here, if you try to catch a V reversal, you can scalp it and get a good move, probably a couple of cents, but most likely, you know, if it comes back up and it doesn't do a double top here, most likely it's going to keep going, and that's exactly what it did here. So again, and double tops are also a lot harder to trade. They're more difficult to identify and catch than actual double bottoms. Nvidia was very choppy, didn't do much. It did grind up slowly towards the top here, but again, just not tradable. Look at the 1 minute; it's very difficult to take a trade in here, at least at the open. ALT was a low flow stock we were watching, but didn't do much. Just sold off and just kind of didn't have any breakouts really throughout the day. CLRB, also another one that just kind of sold off. Had a good pre-market open, right? Started getting some volume around 8 o'clock. Did a nice pop, came back down and popped up again. It looked like it was going to have some potential. There was tons of volume here, but again, just at the open, just sold off. I didn't have shares for short, so not tradable there. So that was what we were watching yesterday. STNE, actually, this was one that I moved up because Andrew had it on his list as well. This is one that I kept, and again, just sold off, not giving us an opportunity here. Sold off, and the price action was crazy. I remember we were watching this, and the moves were just too erratic. It was very difficult to manage your risk on this stock here, which we kind of knew because the candles in the pre-market, I mean, some of them were 50 cents, you know, in a minute. So that's brutal and very risky. All right, guys, so let's see what we have today. Let's make some room over here. Here we go. Let's start from the bottom today. Let's start with FedEx, FDX. FedEx is down 6.5 today, 186,000 shares traded. So here's what me and Noam were talking about. He texted me last night, and I saw this drop. I'm like, wow, what is going on? So big drop here, and today's opening up down 6.5. Some good volume. Definitely going to be in play today with earnings being released last night. So FedEx is good. I like the way that's looking. Daily chart also looks good. I looked at it last night as well. Look at this daily chart. It looks very nice. You have a nice V over here. Then it had some good days, but now with the news dropping right back down. Clean level down here. I'm going to mark it since I'm already here. But you got a clean level at 167.73. Again, I think that's going to be it's going to be interesting to watch, to say the least, today on FedEx. Next we have TME. TME down 7%, 7.1, 329,000 shares at the moment. Daily chart looks okay, a little choppy here. It seems like it doesn't move much. See what the pre-market action is doing now. Pre-market action looks okay. Looks like it's starting to build up here. It is a nicey stock, so we got to be a little careful with this one. Normally, I prefer to trade NASDAQ stocks, but nicey stocks tend to trade a little weird. They tend to be a little more choppy. Norm, do you find that or no? Is that your feel for
that?
Yeah. You know,
oh yeah, it's a big difference, and they're hard to read pre-market if they're going to be active that day or not.
Yeah, that's one thing as well. Correct, and even more so when they're lower price, there's just even more confusion. Like you got some nicey stocks that are higher price that trade very clean. When they're lower price like this, that they're more difficult. I find them to be. But this one's down quite a bit. It's got some volume to it. Not the best, cleanest pre-market action right now, but we'll keep it on here. I do like the way it's down 6.8. Next, we have NOMD. NOMD down 5.8, 716,000 shares traded already. Pretty decent pre-market action. So you got some nice little flow here. Not as clean as I would like, but again, not too bad. Not too bad. Daily chart. It's okay. I mean, I like the fact that it's down 5.6, but the daily chart not really as clean, right? I mean, you got these this kind of chopping is pretty flat throughout most of several days here. Today we got some action. We had some action yesterday, dropped again, and then today dropping some more. So that could be interesting. Got some moving averages coming in here as well. Some very clean level. It's actually at the low. The low of the pre-market is fighting with this level here. You got some a gap that might want to close down here, and the moving averages. So I like the clean levels we have here. We do have shares for short, so that makes it interesting. Yeah, we'll keep this on here. Again, not the cleanest and best pre-market action just yet. AMD, I'm gonna just remember AMD had a good pre-market action. I'm gonna pull it up here now. Yeah, AMD is looking very good today. 1.8 million shares traded so far, and look at this pre-market action. See how you have more bodies than wicks here, so that's what I like to see in the pre-market. Nice flow to it. So AMD looks like it's definitely going to be in play today after having a monster day yesterday. So very clean day yesterday. Got rid of this level here. 25.53 was a big resistance for it, you know, back in end of early February, and also end of February, and today now it was able to get through it yesterday. So I do like the daily chart AMD. I'm gonna remove these levels. Let's find some fresh ones. Yeah, it looks a lot better. So we'll get some clean levels in here. But yeah, definitely like the way AMD is trading, and you know it's going to get the volume, right? Almost hitting 2 million in a few more minutes. All right, so next we have DERM. DERM, what do we have here? DERM, not the best pre-market action. I didn't like the way it traded yesterday neither. Again, did have a green day, but not the best pre-market action. I'll keep it on here for now, but I'm probably going to drop this one. And I do not have shares for short on this one neither, so that's a bummer. NIO is one of those stocks that, again, just doesn't trade clean. How did it trade last couple of days? It's been more active than usual when you have this beautiful downtrend here. It looks like it's final bottoms trying to bounce. So it's been trading more clean. Usually this is what we get from NIO, right? It's very choppy action. And overall, it just doesn't trade well. So it's definitely not one of my favorites. And right now, the pre-market action is not looking great neither. Next, we have GIS. GIS up 3.8, 126,000 shares traded. Not much volume, but it might be starting to pick up here. So let's give it some time, see if it can start going here. Up 3.7, usually pretty flat throughout the trading days, but today's got a big move. Let's check what's going on with this stock, GIS. So I think, Norm, this is a new feature, right? Because now when I log into Benzinga, when we click on the Benzinga logo, is you got the white background now, and you can hit the here for
it's changed.
Dark. Yeah, so whatever's easier on your eyes, guys, all preference. They both look great depending on what your layout is and what your preference is. So it looks like we have some earnings here on GIS, General Mills. All right, cool. All right, so that's good. I like the fact we got earnings on this. I like that we're up 3.7. You know, this might be something we can watch for sure. Next, we have NVRO. NVRO is up 23.7, 164,000 shares traded so far. Pre-market action looks all right, not great. I mean, you have some volume, but most of it sitting on some candles here, creating this 164. Not really getting a nice flow going in here. So we'll watch it. We'll keep it on here, see if it gets better throughout the morning. But right now, it's not looking great, looking pretty flat at the moment. So let's just go through this real quick. Again, FedEx is good in play today for sure. TME, it's getting a lot better now. It's dropping here, though I don't have shares for sure. You might have. So we'll get some levels on here. NOMD is looking good, dropping a bit here. AMD is definitely looking great. I love AMD today, probably one of my favorites. Look at this trade here. What's that? 400,000 shares traded here. Still great volume though, so it's making the volume look small just because this candle is so big. But this is huge volume here. We're hitting probably 200 on each 5-minute candle. So don't get fooled by the candles being so low here, just because this one is like 400. DERM, not my favorite. I'm probably gonna drop that one off. NIO, it's time to take off here. Let's see what it does. And GIS, I do like selling off here. We do have shares for short. That's great. And NVRO, pretty flat right now. We'll give it a little time to see if it can develop. All right, let's look at our NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers. Let's see what we got going on here. MTFB, tons of volume, 1.8 million shares traded so far. That is great. Good pre-market action, very clean. MTFB. MTFB, just want to check what the float is. So 11 million shares float. Again, good pre-market action right now for low flow. We'll keep it on here. FB. Next we have GLG. Not much really selling off here. Not great volume for a low flow. I'm assuming it's a low flow. Really selling off. So not looking great. Just want to check the flow just to make sure it is a low flow. Yeah, it is 4.7. Not my favorite right now, so I'm just not even going to put it up here. If it gets better, guys, definitely throw it out to us and we'll look at it. MLNT, no volume. FCSC, no volume, not much happening. Solo, this is a company that of that car. Looks like it's active today, and we traded this before. Look at this on this day. I remember that it has some news, something going on. I remember we traded it on this date. I think Brian traded it as well. So it looks good today. It looks like it's starting to set up. It doesn't have great volume, but we know this one could trade very, very well, very clean. So I do like this one. I like the fact that it's sold up and it held this level here throughout the days. That means that, it's not weak. Usually you're going to notice this on a lot of low floats. And again, we're not experts on low floats because they just trade very differently. And we try to avoid them. But usually you see this pop, right? Second day you might have another pop and then they sell right back down. It's kind of like a pump and dump. I see that so often. But the fact that this one is holding here could be a good sign. Could be that it's ready to do another leg up here. And you already have a level around 7 that it tested before. You have another level around here where this day closed at 6. Opened up at 6. So again, you got some very clean levels on Solo. So again, volume in the pre-market action doesn't look amazing, but I do like some of the stuff I'm seeing on there. Staff, STAF, right now, not sure what it's doing at the moment. It's really just selling off. Doesn't seem like it has any legs to go higher, so I'm not going to look at it. IMAC, no action. MRMS, nothing going on here. No volume. PAVM, nothing going on. And CYTK, nothing happening either. So let's check our NASDAQ active. AMD we have, again, AMD just looks great today. Beautiful pre-market action. Usually not the case with AMD. Tons of volume or getting close to hitting 2 million. MTFB we have down here already. Again, just a beautiful pre-market action for a low float. Again, I don't like to trade stuff under $5. Just want to be careful with it, but we could watch our size with this. And if it can give us a good opportunity at the open, we can take advantage of it. JAGX, penny stock volume, but again, we're not trading that. ETF, PAVM we looked at, didn't look great. The ERM we have, but it's not looking any better now neither. GLG, we did look at it, but what is going on with this one? Again, just selling off. So if you guys see anything better, let me know on this one, but just selling off, not looking great. TEUM is has some volume here, not a clean pre-market action, but it does have 343,000 shares traded. But again, just the pre-market action is not looking great. In this stock, I don't know, I never traded this one. We have done some levels for it before in the past. I'm going to remove these so we can clean these up. But yeah, I never traded this one. I just find it very difficult to trade the way it trades. But looks like it had a good day yesterday though. Very nice day to short it. But we'll see. We'll throw it on here. Is this a low flow, by the way? What is this? Oh, it's not. It's not a low flow. So, all right, we'll throw it on here. All right, this one is 57 million shares. We can watch that. HSGX, horrible. Nothing going on there. And last one on the active list, TRNX, and nothing going on there neither. All right, guys. Norm, anything you have on your end that you like this morning?
I've got my eye on Sage. There's not enough SAGE. There's not enough volume yet.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gapping up, but they had a drug approval yesterday.
Yeah.
That might give it a little action, and it looks like it might be trying to break out on the daily too. So I've got my eye on that if volume comes in.
Yeah, I did see a report on this. They're actually doing the first postpartum drug that you can use, right?
Yep.
So that's big. FDA they got an approval yesterday. They had a big pop last night too. I think about $10 or so, right? It sold off a bit today.
Yeah.
But yeah, this could be interesting to watch. Higher price stock, and this could move a lot today. So again, just watch your size, guys, if you trade this. But yeah, this will be a good one to watch later on today. They got a really big approval, so hopefully that can create some nice moves for us. All right, guys, let's see what you guys are watching on your end. What you guys got going on this morning? All right. ACB, CDA. All right, so David from Connecticut. Let's take a look at CDAY. CDAY got some volume here. It's losing it a bit, right? Pretty even at the previous day close right now. Let's see what the daily chart looks like. Oh, nice daily chart. Been trending up nicely. Look at this. This is good. Yeah. All right, so pretty flat right now, but this has some potential though. I do like the daily chart on it. Volume is okay, but it's not creating a great pre-market action right now. But this could be something we could watch later on. So I'm going to throw it down here. CDAY, ACB. What is ACB doing? I took ACB yesterday off my list. I had it on my watch list, then I took it off. Let's see what it did yesterday. Yeah, so it's sold off. Yeah, so I didn't have shares for short. Not sure if people really can find shares for short on this one. Norm, do you have this with IB to short?
Well, let me check.
But yeah, sold
off
nicely.
The last few days.
Yeah.
I have the last. Yes, there are shares. Yep, there's a decent amount of shares too. So
excellent.
It is short. Yep.
All right, so ACB is interesting, guys. Has tons of volume right now, 869. See what the pre-market action is looking at. Not looking great in the pre-market action though. Pretty flat right now. So I'll throw it on here for now. I'm not sure if we're going to watch that one. We have Roku. Let's check Roku. I have not seen Roku in a while. I wonder what it's been up to. So no volume at the moment. Pretty flat. Let's check the daily chart. Daily chart. Let's get rid of all these levels here. Okay, here we go. So the daily chart looks good. Looks like it might be ready for a bounce here again. It's been really active over the last couple of days. Really strong. Sold off here. Took a big hit. Again, it's trying to bounce back here. Not sure how strong it's going to be now. But again, pretty flat at the moment. This one can go either way. It can sell off today or just keep doing what it's doing. Basically, not moving much. But so I won't watch Roku because just the activity's not there. But I will be looking for this one in our turbo breakdown scanners, turbo breakup. Because when this thing gets going, man, it can really give you some nice moves. We have Baba and Apple. All right. Whoa, tons of volume today. Wow, that's just one big block trade here. So one trade here is creating all this volume, 2.2 million shares just on this one trade over here. But again, besides the volume, pretty much flat pre-market action today. Not much going on. Just consolidating over the last several days. It's down a bit, down 1% today. Almost, actually no, a little less than 1%. Seems to be holding this level. Could be a good play later on today, but I'm not going to watch this one at the open. We have Apple. All right, what do we got going on in Apple? Opening up pretty flat right now. Really right at the previous day close. Great couple of days over the last several weeks. Let's get rid of these levels. Okay, here we go. Over the last week or two. So right now it can go either way, but again, just pretty flat right now. Not much going on with Apple at the moment. All right, guys. What else we have on here? We have FTCH. FTCH got some volume to it, but it looks like it's just one huge block trade right here. 1.5 million shares traded on this one trade here. And not really gapping up or down much. Been pretty flat over the last several days. Just hanging around this 2750, you know. So again, not doing much here. Had a nice pop here about 2-3 weeks ago, and then just been pretty flat for the most part. But yeah, the volume is being created by this one block trade, so really not much action going on. So you got 1.5 million shares traded all in this candle here. Then the rest is pretty flat right now, pretty dead.
Yeah, that FTCH, I think I've traded it in the past, and I remember it not being great.
Yeah,
those big block trades, guys, and John's asking in the chat room about the block trades. They'll end up throwing stuff on the scanner or make something look like it's in play when it's not at all.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, these are some big guys here, you know, trading something, and doesn't create it. Yeah, it's great volume, but you want to see your 1.5 million shares being traded like AMD is trading. AMD is up to 2.0. 2 million shares traded basically, and look at this. This is nice volume. I mean, yeah, you have one huge trade here, but still, this is tons of volume here being moved around. So that's good liquidity. Spread is tight even in the pre-market. This is the type of trading you want to see in the pre-market for an active stock. Yeah, Sam, we could definitely take a look at BPTH. Yeah, BPTH to see what's going on here. Whoa, nice little drop here in BPTH. Yeah, this is one stock. It was trying to hold this 30, right? Still a huge move over the last time. I mean, this thing was trading at $3, right? Still trading at 23. So it's trying to hold here and probably go higher. But again, just definitely not in play today. And I would not touch this stock because again, it's just, you never know what to expect with these things now, right? Somebody can decide, hey, I had enough fun already because I got in at $3. It's getting below 20. Let me dump my shares. And you don't want to be involved in that when a stock that can move, you know, a dollar in seconds, $1, $2, $3 in seconds. You know, you don't want to be a part of that. Actually, what is the BPTH? What is the ATR?
And the spread is 45 cents right now.
Yeah, it's just crazy. At some points when it was really active, it was almost up to $1 on the spread. So you take, you know, 150 shares, you're already down $150, and you got to get over $1 just to break even. You know, you don't want to fight against those kind of odds. So yeah,
and not only that, but well, it just changed. But on the level 2, they're so thinly traded up there. If you look, the spread actually, if you take more than 100 shares, you're digging way deep into a bad spread. So
right, exactly right, because you got to take out whatever's in here. Correct. Yeah, no, you don't want to deal with that. So the ATR for this, before it started moving, it was like what, 20 cents, right, over the last 14 days. Now it's at $10, right? So it's again on a stock that the flow is 315,000 with a $10 average true range. Yeah, you don't. It's just, you can't manage your risk on that. You know, that's simply it. All right, guys. So yeah, Solo I do have here, so we'll look at Solo in depth in a little bit. Let's do a few more. SMAR. Oops, right over here. SMAR. See what we got going on there. All right, so a little bit of volume. Great daily chart. Nice pop, 13%. What's the news on this? Not the cleanest pre-market action, but I do like the pop and I do like the daily chart. Let's check what we have here in Benzinga. All right, what we got going on? All right, earnings last night. All right, so they got some positive earnings last night and news guidance here. So yeah, you know what? This could this could be good. It looks good on the daily chart. I don't like the pre-market action right now, but again, that could get better. But I love the daily chart, and I like the fact that it's up 13.3 with some news, right?
And it's a relatively low float. It's not super low. It's 28 million. So
yeah, it's not bad. It averaged ATR of 179, so that's decent. This is tradable. Oh, thank you. I like that one. This is good. So thank you, Guy, for sending that. All right, guys. So let's get through this list. We got quite a bit. Did I miss anyone? Want to make sure we got everyone. GLG. Let's see. GLG we looked at. Is it getting better? GLG. Yeah, it's kind of selling off now. I mean, I really don't like the pre-market action at the moment, and I'm not going to watch too many low floats anyway. I'd rather watch like an MTFB, which has a lot of volume, and a Solo. Solo looks good. Doesn't have great volume, but this trades somewhat a bit clean. It's really easy to manage your risk, and it has ran up in the last 3 weeks or so. Actually, last month. It ran up a month ago. Pretty nice, pretty clean. So I'm going to watch that one as well. All right, guys, let's get through this. So FedEx is good. I like FedEx. Let's find some levels for it. Again, these guys had earnings last night. Didn't go too well, as you can see here, down 5.8, which is a lot for a stock that's trading at 170, 180. You know, that's quite a bit. That's a big drop. So 171.75. It's a level clearly here. It's the high of the pre-market now, 171.71. But it's being supported also by these 2 days here, right? This day opens and from here, this one kind of taps it before selling back up a bit. So 171.75 looks good. Above that, we have another level right over here. I want to get it right in here. 176.06. And again, it's an area, right? If you get to 175.90, you know, it's an area. So, you know, take that into consideration. But I like 176.06. You have this bounce here. You have several days also bouncing from in here as well. So I do like that. Previous day closed 178, sitting right around these moving averages. So that's good. That's giving some support. And I also like how all these days here, these 4 days, are all kind of leveling out on that 178. So very clean area of possible resistance if it can get up there again. That's quite a hike, though. I'm not sure if it has the legs to do that. But again, we can't be biased, right? They got some bad news. FedEx is a strong company, so somebody might look at this and say, hey, 170 is great for my portfolio. Let me load up the boat, and this thing can shoot up, right? So we've seen that happen plenty of times. Another level towards the bottom, 162.70, just in case this thing decides to drop. Clean level here. You got this day using it as support. Then you have all these days here using it as resistance. See, they're having a tough time getting above that. They finally break through and it takes off, but it took them a couple of days just to get over that 162.70. So I like those levels there. All right, so we're trying to do a little bounce here. It's getting above VWAP, trying to get hopefully towards the high of the pre-market. Let's see what it does in a few minutes. TME says pre-market is looking a little choppy. I like the fact that they're down 7.3. Let's find some levels on it. We'll make a final decision on it in a second. Low of the pre-market, 1706. Another level down here at this peak, 1671. What else we have? We might have this one also here. Pretty close, 1625. You got these days coming up to that level and selling off, and then you also have some consolidation happening again at that level. So three decent levels towards the bottom. The low of the pre-market, 1671 and 1625. Towards the top, the high of the pre-market right now is sitting at 1780. And 1780 actually is a good resistance possibly for this stock today, because look at all these days just using it as support, right? In many cases, we have a support become resistance and vice versa, and that's happening here again here as well over these three days. Above that, you have a moving average coming in, but it's pretty close to it at 18, and then above that, previous day close and previous day lows from the last 2 days. But pre-market action right now, again, I like the fact that this is holding here. It's getting better. It's not great, but I do like you got some flow to it, right? It's bouncing down to a 1705, bouncing from it and right back down to it. So it's got some movement. NOMD, 1 million shares traded right now. I like the daily chart. I like this drop here. We have a level I mentioned earlier right over here at a 1935. Very close to what the low of the pre-market is now at 1932. So mark that as a possible support. We have some moving averages moving in right below it as well. I'm not going to mark those because they're just too close, but keep those in mind as well. And then we also have 1817. I like this from here. We have a day that we're using that as a resistance and also support between these couple of days here, just bouncing back and forth. So that's a good possible area where you can get to. And just in case this thing decides to run, depending on whatever news it is, 1849 could be a possible next level below this 1890. Above this, we have a level in here, 2018, clean level in there. And then above that, you have the high of the pre-market 2050. You also have a moving average coming in. Then above that, plenty. Previous day close and all the highs and lows sitting all the way up there. NOMD is looking okay. I like this bounce here also, so it's getting some activity. And again, we want to see that nice flow to it, and it's kind of building that with some volume. 1.1 million shares traded right now, so that's great. AMD is definitely in action today. I mean, look at this beautiful pre-market action with volume. This is exactly what you want to see. And then also building. Every 5-minute candle looks like it's getting even more volume. So it's going to be crazy at the open. And I'm not sure, nor if you've seen this too, but it seems like when you have too much volume at the open, it could be very, very choppy. So you want to definitely...
it's got that breakout, and if the breakout can't sustain, there's a decent chance it might consolidate and try to, get some price confirmation up there. Yeah. So that not uncommon.
So what you guys want to do on something like that is just make sure you're again, just wait 5 minutes, wait 10 minutes. Look for that 5-minute or 10-minute open range breakout. If you're gonna scalp it, because that's a strategy as well. People are scared. Oh, scalping is risky, but everything is risky. If you have a good risk management plan, you'll be okay. But if you're gonna scalp it, just be cautious of your stops. Make sure you have a good plan to execute to get out immediately if that's your plan. So plenty of ways to trade the market. You just got to make sure your risk management controls are in place. So we have a level of 2680s, very close to what the high of the day is today. Above this, we have a level right over here, 2777, and then above that, 2854. So again, we haven't cracked this this high of we're closed yesterday, right? 2591 or so. We haven't cracked that in a while. So we haven't. So you can see it's been below here for the most part of this year and the end of the last 2 months of last year. So this is a big move for AMD. If it can sustain this here, it could be a really strong stock for the day. So we'll see how it plays out. Towards the bottom, you got some very strong levels: previous day close, previous day high, where basically it went to. Then right below that, below the previous day close, in case we cannot hold these new highs we're getting into, 25.50 will be another level you can mark. All right, so I like AMD. The ERM, I don't like the ERM, guys. I'm gonna remove this one, but let me read out some levels in case you want to keep this on your watch list. You have previous day highs listed here already towards the top. Previous day close, you have 1493 also all the way up here, and then towards the bottom, I'm gonna move this one here. Actually, this one you could remove. What is this one? 1323. Where's this coming from? Actually, no, that's a good level. No wonder it was there. All right, so let's keep that. That's a good level. 1307 is good. Keep that on there towards the bottom. 1225. I can see that we got those from the daily chart, and then also your 2 days ago low sitting right over here. So again, it's got some volume to it. I personally do not like the pre-market action. Look at it, just looks pretty flat, and it just hasn't been trading well for my liking over the last couple of days. So I'm just gonna get rid of this one. I like what I'm seeing on other stocks. Like right now, FedEx looks great. TME looks great, getting some volume. Looks like it wants to lose this. NOMD also bouncing nicely here. I like the way that looks. Tons of volume. AMD is perfect. NIO again, another one of those stocks that if I have other stuff I can trade, I'm gonna remove this one, right? You got to be picky with your watch list. You don't have to watch everything, but the daily chart looks good. It looks like it's trying to put in a bounce here, but I'm personally not going to watch it, so I'm just gonna get rid of this. GIS. GIS is interesting, slowly grinding down here, losing. It was up as much as 3, I believe, now down to 2.5. So I do like GIS. It's got some news on it as well. So I have the pre-market 50-50. Let's see what we got. Anything in between here? This all-time high? I doubt this all-time high. It's no way. Not on this company, right? I would not think. Or
no, all-time high was back in 2015, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So look, check this out, guys. 50-50. It is kind of closing some kind of gap 60. Here. Yeah, 50-50 going back to last year. We do have another possible level right in here where that gap actually closes. Then in recent times, you don't have anything in between here. So again, just interesting. It looks like it's might trying to be losing it here, going back towards these levels we have. We have the previous day highs all listed in here, previous day close and previous day low. So plenty of levels in here for GIS. I'm not sure if it has the legs to go up. Seems like it's losing now. All the moving averages are curving down here. NVRO is again, just I'm not liking the price action too much here, but I like the daily chart. So let's mark some levels. High of the pre-market at the moment sitting at 56.90. Make this a little higher. There we go. Low of the pre-market 50.26. 50.26 also supported by all these days over here. Let's go back and see what we find. All right, we got one level, clean level right over here at 52.22. You can also mark down this other one up here at 53.47 because you kind of got this gap, right? 3 days supporting that level, and then you got several days using resistance at 52.22. So that looks clean. So I think we got some good levels in here. Let me get one more towards the top in case this thing wants to run. We need another one above this 56.87, and I think we might find one right over here. This clean one up here, 60.77. It's quite a bit away from the price action. So I'm going to mark down 59.23 because you got some days here that are using that level as well. I don't see any other moving averages up here, so we got to get something. The closest moving averages up towards the bottom here again just had a nice pop, and these ones here are way out there trying to catch up. All right, guys, so that's what I have on NVRO. TEUM seems to be losing some steam here. Just not the cleanest pre-market action, so I'm not sure if I'm going to watch this. You do have some levels already, previous day highs for the last 2 days here, previous day close down here as well. You can mark down the current high at 566 and the current low sitting at 520. So let's just mark those, but I think you have plenty of levels in here. You have a nice little range you can play in. It can just be choppy, or if it does break out of that, it can give you got some nice support and resistance to play off. Right now, the pre-market action is not looking great. We'll see if it gets better, but this could be one that I drop off. SMAR. Again, just love the daily chart. Really, the daily chart is looking really clean. So let's get some levels in here. High of the pre-market, we have 49.35. So let's get that in there. All right, there we go. Low of the pre-market sitting at 48.05. So let's mark that as well. And then below that, you have the highs for a couple of days ago right in here, 46.25. So if it wants to head back down and close that gap, what do we have here above this? Is all-time high?
Yes.
Oh, yes, it is. That's even more interesting. Okay. All right, so now that looks better when it's all-time high, gapping up 12.7. Again, just doesn't have quite the volume yet, but I do like this one. If I don't keep it on my watches for the open, I'll at least have it down here to watch later on today. MTFB, let's see what we got going on here. MTFB, are we doing anything? Yes, we are. We're kind of bouncing back on MTFB a little bit. So high of the pre-market right now sitting at 298. We have a level in here. Here we go. So we have one in here these couple of days at 267, possible fallen angel if it goes down. We have another one at 223. If it goes down here, it can bounce from there. So plenty of levels on MTFB. Let's get something above 3 just in case this thing runs. Oh, we do have something here, 348, and we have 440. So mark those down, guys. All right, so looking pretty good. Tons of volume. I like that it's bouncing back here. So this could be a possible play for the low floats. And then Solo I do like because it's traded well in the past before. Brian knows his company very well. 431 high of the pre-market. We have another level here where it spiked up a couple of days ago at 492, and then all the way up here it can go as high as 665. So again, just Solo looks interesting. We traded in the past. It trades very clean out of these low floats. It's an actual company that has an actual address, so that's always good to have on these low floats. All right, guys, so this is my list. Let's go through it real quick. Andrew should be on in about 3 minutes, and then he's going to go over his list. Let's finalize this one. So we have FedEx, looks good. I like it. TME is good as well. NOMD is good. AMD is great. GIS is starting to look even great, losing it now big time. NVRO, what do we have here? I'm on the fence at NVRO. How many I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Way too many. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of TEUM. SMAR. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this one just because it doesn't have the volume. I look for this one in my scanners. That's the only reason I'm getting rid of it. But I think that one could be a possible in play today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that's good. And then I'm gonna put in a side list MTFB and Solo. MTFB being my favorite. Look at the volume in here. Look how this thing is bouncing back nicely, getting above VWAP now. We have a level at 267 and one at 3. So this is my list, guys, right over here. We have quite a bit. I'm gonna see what Andrew puts on his list, and we have a new one popping up. NSTG. What's going on with this one? Popping up in our scanners. NSTG. And also starting to pick up nicely. It's got some volume here. See what the daily chart looks like. Yeah, just way too many today. So guys, be picky. You don't have to watch everything and be in every move. Pick what price range you like to trade. Pick what you can see you can clearly manage your risk on, and what really has a good pre-market action, as we've been going over the last couple of days. All right, guys, take care. Thank you for joining us on YouTube, guys. Trade safe. Norm, anything you're watching that is not on this list?
I've got a very similar list to you, and then I'll have my normal ones of NVIDIA, Apple, Facebook, stuff like that. I also wanted to mention 2 p.m. this afternoon, there is a Fed announcement from their meeting that's taken place yesterday and today, 2 p.m. Eastern. So, be careful around that time in the market. It can get a little weird. And like we were talking about yesterday, a lot of times you'll find the opening is okay, and then things just get flat until that announcement for a while. So.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It really stirs things up. You could be looking for a double bottom, and it could turn to something completely different. So be careful, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.